This is the story of a construction worker and the princess. Once upon a time, there was a big construction project going on for a grand mosque ordered by the rich sultan. At the completion of the mosque's construction, the sultan ordered all the construction workers to leave once it was fully structured. The reason for this was that his young daughter had requested it. She was excited about the mosque and wanted to be the first one to go in and pray 2 rakat with no one else there. So once the mosque was completed and all the workers had left, the princess was given entry into the mosque alone to pray. However, there was one construction worker who was still there, unaware that everyone had left and the princess was inside. As he was leaving, he caught a glimpse of the princess praying alone to Allah. That scene was incredibly beautiful to him, and he instantly fell in love with the princess. He became infatuated with her. Afterward, he went to his mother and told her what happened, boldly asking his mother to go speak to the sultan for the sultan's daughter's hand in marriage. His mother had to explain to her son the reality. He was just a construction worker, and she was a princess. The sultan would never give his daughter away to a construction worker. Days went by, and the construction worker was so infatuated with the princess that he couldn't think straight, couldn't sleep, and couldn't work. He was in a miserable state. His mother saw this and became very concerned. She thought if she didn't do something, he could lose his health or his life because at that point he was refusing food and water. So the mother went to the palace and requested to speak to the sultan. The guards turned her away, but she persisted with emotion, fearing her son would lose himself if she didn't do something. She told the guards the story, and they finally let her speak to the sultan. She told the sultan the full story about her son and the princess. After hearing this, the sultan asked her to come back with her son. So, she came back with her son, and the sultan told the construction worker, after everyone leaves the mosque at night, after Isha prayer, you have to come and pray Qiyam, the night prayer in this mosque, for 40 nights. If you do this for 40 nights in a row, I will then allow you to marry my daughter. The sultan wanted to see how dedicated he was and said there would be someone watching to ensure he came at night to pray. If he missed a day, they would know. The construction worker got excited, thinking this was his dream and a chance to change his life by marrying a beautiful princess. So he went the first night and prayed the night prayer, and then the second night, and then the third, fourth. After a few weeks, the construction worker noticed that something was changing in him. He started to get better, eat better, think better, be punctual, consistent, and care about life again. He fell in love with coming to the mosque alone and worshiping Allah. These moments seemed so beautiful to him, alone in solitude, praying to God every night. The peace and contentment he felt were beyond what he had imagined. So eventually, 40 days passed, then 50 days, 60 days, and 70 days. The sultan was curious about what had happened since the construction worker had not come after the 40 nights. He asked his staff to go get the construction worker. When the construction worker came, the sultan asked him, "Why haven't you come to see me? You fulfilled your end of the bargain. We saw that you prayed for 40 nights. Why didn't you come to see me?" The construction worker then looked at the sultan and said, "Before I saw your daughter, my heart was empty inside. The first thing of beauty that I was exposed to was your daughter's beauty. That's why I latched onto it and became infatuated. But within those 40 nights, I experienced something beautiful beyond what I was expecting. I experienced a beauty much greater than your daughter, something that I had never felt before." The construction worker then went on to tell the sultan, "Thank you for offering your daughter to me to consider, but I am happy where I am and am in no need of her." Then he went on his way. The construction worker never married the princess because he had found an infatuation with Allah. He found happiness that was much greater than the beauty of the princess, which was only lust. This is the beauty that Allah bestowed upon the construction worker. It's something that cannot be explained but only felt by those whose hearts have been enlightened to see the beauty of Allah's love, presence, and enrichment.